Let's do it. And boom! What's up, everybody? So this is something kind of new, kind of different to our channel, as well as kind of the world of list videos goes. And this is actually our second one that we have done ever. This is a live stream, top 50. So today, guys, we're going to be looking at, as you can see below me there, the top 50 coolest Pokemon of all time. I'm big on the Pokemon. I know a lot of you guys are too, and I enjoy live streaming. I thought that this would kind of make something a little bit different for the list videos and something cool for this channel. So we're just gonna go through it from 50 being like the 50th coolest all the way down through to number 1, obviously being the coolest of all time. You can feel free to take guesses at what that may be. But the thing I did want to quickly mention before we get into it, guys, is we are still doing a giveaway on our channel for the silver play button. So we got a silver play button for hitting 100,000 subscribers, and we want to give it away to one of you guys. So if you are interested in getting that silver play button, all you got to do is be a subscriber, because this is obviously for you guys, for our subscribers. And just after this video has published, after we're not live anymore, just comment, hey, I would like the silver play button, and we will pick one of you guys to have the chance to win it. So that is basically that. We got the rules for the giveaway right there. Let's just get into this list, guys. This is the top 50 coolest Pokemon of all time, okay? So again, I'm going to say, feel free to comment your thoughts, who you think the coolest Pokemon is. Let's do it, okay? Let's do it. So, coming in, oh god, at our number 50 spot, this is going to be a new pick. As you can see here, this is a Lowland Raichu. So obviously Pikachu is a Pokemon that a lot of people like. I feel like Pikachu is the mascot of Pokemon, obviously, but Pikachu isn't really one of the coolest Pokemon to me. Raichu's kind of cool too, but when they introduced a Lowland Raichu in Gen 7, I was like, hot damn, because this guy, he's so cool if you see him in actual battle, because he floats on his tail, because he's a electric and a psychic type. So just a really cool concept for Raichu, from the original concept all the way through to what they did with this guy. And I don't know, this guy, he really stood out to me, just as being like I don't know, man, just such a unique Pokemon. So I wanted to put him on this list just because I think it's, as far as concepts go for Pikachu, it was a pretty unique idea, and Alola Raichu is going to be the first on our list. So moving down to number 49, we got those nice transitions, okay? I like it, it's great. We have Giratina. So Giratina is, I didn't play this series of Pokemon. I'm gonna be completely honest, I was not too big into the periods between Gen 4 and really 6, but I like Giratina, and I put it on this list basically for its story. It is like a dragon ghost Pokemon that was like banished, and like it's like evil kind of. The fact that it was like banished for its misdeeds, if you look into like its history and like all the story and background behind it, I find that to be pretty cool, just because like Pokemon tends to be like uplifting, besides like all our like 10 Pokemon you're glad don't exist in real life. But this is just like kind of like a Pokemon with a cool story, obviously extremely badass. It's a legendary. So that is our 49 pick. Now moving down to 48, okay, we have Aerodactyl, which is a old school Gen 1 Pokemon, okay? Aerodactyl is one of my favorites in Gen 1, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon that I like. It's kind of hard not to be a huge fan of the Gen 1s, just because that was where I kind of started with Pokemon. I don't want to say I'm a Gen 1er. I mean, I've evolved with the up all the way through to Generation 7. But Aerodactyl is like just I think one of the coolest fossil Pokemon ever. I mean, it's a pterodactyl, super fast. It's a rock. It's just a beast of a Pokemon. Okay, and it was always cool. Just one of those cool Pokemon to use back in the day. You could fly in style, okay, because in Gen 1 you couldn't even fly on Charizard, which was stupid until Yellow. Anyways, Aerodactyl is a badass, and he is our number 48 spot. So, number 47, we got Zelf Zelf. I'm not exactly sure on the pronunciation of that. I'm gonna be dumb. So these are the Guardian Trio. I'm pretty sure. Again, I'm not like, I'll be straight up honest. I didn't play a ton of anywhere between 4 and 6 in the generations. But this is a Pokemon that I really like. It's a Psychic type. And to me, I feel like it almost kind of reminds me of Mew. Like, if you look at all 3 of them, it just reminds me of Mew. It's kind of the same sort of body type, just a little bit different. And I almost feel like, in one sense, it's actually kind of a cooler concept of Mew. You know, I find that it's a really, really unique looking Pokemon. Obviously, legendaries are kind of like sometimes take precedence just because legendaries are awesome. But Azelf is just a Pokemon that I really like. And I think I just said, did I say Guardian Trio? That was not right. I don't even remember the name of these because Guardian Trio, oh God, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just gonna shut up and we're gonna move down to 46. I think Guardian Trio is right. I don't even know. Anyways, next up we have Leakin Rock, another name that I'm bad at pronouncing, another Gen 7 Pokemon, and I really like this Pokemon. Basically, it's a good Pokemon, obviously, but I really like it because of the way it evolves. So, if you evolve it at night, it turns into this version, which is like the kind of like the evil like werewolf version, or there's like its day version. So there's like a really, really cool sort of just kind of evolution. And to me, I've always found like those different sort of evolutions, like kind of like a Espeon, Umbreon kind of evolution as well. Those things like that. Lake Trio, that is it. Guardians, I'm pretty sure are the rocks. I don't know. Anyways, thank you, dude, for in the chat. But I feel like this guy is just the whole evolution process is really cool. Pretty badass Pokemon as well. I just like, it's fast, it's powerful, overall pretty good. And actually this guy's slow, but its day version is pretty quick. Anyways, that is our number 46 pick. So coming in at 45. This is going to be Mew, okay? I had to put Mew ahead of Azelf just because Mew is like the homie, the original 151 and Pokemon number 151. Now, Mew to me is so cool because back in the day, to get Mew, there actually was a way. And I mean, you can go back, you can play Pokemon Red, Yellow, or Blue, even Green, and you can actually get Mew if you do like a glitch where basically you just trigger him to spawn. But to me, Mew is just like the ultimate Pokemon. I mean, he's like the reason Mewtwo exists. He's like he can learn every single move, which is pretty cool. He's cute, but he's badass, okay? Mew is kind of like the cuter version of Mewtwo. But you can't say that Mew isn't a cool Pokemon, okay? It's Mew. It's Mew, okay? Anyways, 44 spot. This is going to go down to a Lowland Ninetails, okay? Now, this was a tough one for me because I love Ninetails and I have fallen in love with a Lowland Ninetails as well. Now, I personally think that just in terms of aesthetics go and just the concept of this Pokemon, I think a Lowland Ninetails is better. You've got Fire, the normal Ninetails, and then you've got the Ice version, which is a Lowland Ninetails. Now, I used this on my run through my very, very first game of Pokemon Sun, and I was like, where is Vulpix? Like, I'm looking for it, and you get it at the very end of the game, which I didn't really like, but I gotta say, honestly, a Lowland Ninetails is just, it's such a good concept that they turned it from fire to ice. I mean, it's just like the classic contrast. And I don't know, to me, I just think that was really, really smart what they did with a Lowland Ninetails. And it's pretty badass Pokemon. So, coming in at number 43, Alex Park says, I'm having a really good time watching this. Well, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. This is fun to do. It's a little more like free and stuff. Our 43 pick is Flygon. So this was one of my go-to Pokemon back in the day of Generation 3. Playing Pokemon Sapphire, you go to the desert, you find a Trapinch, and you evolve this dude, and you get a beast, okay? This was like my Battle Frontier, one of my go-to Pokemon for that. Always rocked Flygon because it's a super versatile Pokemon. You can learn Crunch, you learn Earthquake, Flamethrower. It was a beast, okay? It's got pretty good typing, well, sort of good typing, but pretty good typing overall. And I just thought it was a neat idea for a dragon because it starts out as a turtle, then it turns into Vibrava, which is kind of like an insect-y sort of Pokemon, and then Flygon is just like this absolute beast of a Pokemon. Kind of like interesting too because he's got like the eyes and stuff. But But I'm a big fan of Flygon. As I just said in the comments, there's like only 300 Pokemon, so top 50 isn't much. Dude, there's actually over 700 Pokemon. So this was actually a pretty tough list to make because there's so many. Anyways, move it down to our 42 spot. This is going to be Hitmonlee. Now, I've actually made a video on this channel before roasting Hitmonchan. I don't like Hitmonchan because Hitmonlee is just so much better. He's just like my favorite fighting Pokemon, to be honest. I think, well, I shouldn't say that, but I think as far as pure fighting goes, I think that Hitmonlee is one of the coolest. He's just like a kickboxer, whereas Hitmonchan, I don't know, it never really clicked with me. Always, 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 when you're in Generation 1, you gotta go with Hitmonlee, okay? Hitmonlee is a savage. He is a G. He is a homie. He's got great attack. He's got great moves. He will wreck those rock types, those normal types. He is a homie, and that is our number 42 pick. Now, 41. We're getting down to it, guys. We're almost through. We're through 10. This is going to be a big homie of mine, a great Pokemon I've always liked. This is Dragonite. Dragonite, man. I don't think he is the coolest dragon Pokemon, okay? I'm just going to say that straight up. But he's cool enough to make number 41. So my thing with Dragonite here is he is... How do I say this? I don't want to come off like a dick to Dragonite because he's a homie. My thing with Dragonite is he is the original dragon. And you got to give him respect for that. Now, I mean, you could say, oh, Charizard. But no, Dragonite was like the legend of Gen 1 because it was like, oh my god, there's a dragon type. Like, and the only Pokemon there are is Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite. And this was like really our first of the evolution process that was like the three Pokemon in the family. The first two aren't very good. You get that like level 55 evolution, and once it turns into its final evolution, you know, like the Tyranitars, the Salamences, the Metagrosses, all that kind of, you know, that sort of stage of Pokemon. This was our guy, the first one. Dragonite is a homie, and he is the number 41 pick. So, let me move on down here to 40, sorry. This is the homie Vaporeon. I'm going to take a quick drink here. Dragonite should be number 1, dude. Dragonite is a beast, I will lie, but that means there's 40 Pokemon, I think, anyways, that are even cooler. So, Vaporeon, one of the original 3 evolutions. I don't really know what it is about Vaporeon. I've always just had a soft spot for it in me. I think Jolteon of the 3 is my favorite, but that was more on like a stats thing, like it was just really quick and it was good in Gen 1. But Vaporeon to me, I think is just a homie, okay? Just a homie. Loved it in Pokemon Go. It was my first of the 3. I mean, who didn't rock Vaporeon in Pokemon Go, right? You get your Eevee. You always... What was the name? There was Pyro, Sparky, and I can't even remember what the word for what you entered in for Vaporeon. It was like... No, it wasn't water. Aqua? No, it wasn't Aqua. Pyro, Sparky, anyways, you guys in the comments can let me know the third one. But Vaporeon is it was awesome at Pokemon Go. It's just a really cool looking Pokemon. It's like a dog fish. Like, how can you not like Vaporeon? So anyways, 39, got that zesty color change in there. Okay, Vaporeon, that's a good one. Next one up we have is Raikou. So Raikou is one of the 3 legendary dogs. We have Suicune, Entei, and Raikou. And I wanted to sit here to say, Raikou is the coolest of the 3. Everyone, like, I feel like Raikou is the least appreciated, and I wanted to make this just to say that, like, Raikou is awesome, okay? Suicune got its own game, Pokemon Crystal. Entei got its own movie. Raikou got nothing. Look at this beast. It is an electric saber-toothed tiger with a purple cape. How do you get more badass than that, okay? Rainer, thank you guys. That was the Vaporeon name for Pokemon Go. But, man, Raikou is just a savage. Electric type. He could wreck Suicune. Could probably even beat Entei. I love this guy. He was always my go-to of the 3 dogs in Pokemon Silver and Crystal and Gold. And, you know, he's just a real homie. So... guys, move it down. We've got another Gen 1 Pokemon here at 38. The blue background is appropriate because we have a pretty good water type, and this is Lapras. So, Gen 1 and Gen 2, there's a big fight you got to go against a dragon guy. His name is Lance. You may have heard of him before. Lapras is pretty good for that fight because Lapras is a water Pokemon, but it's also ice. And of course, ice is good against dragon. I feel like Lapras is even better in Gen 2 because Lance had 3 Dragonites, 3 flying dragon types. You use Lapras, you just automatically win that fight. Plus, I mean, it's a giant like Loch Ness monster. Lapras is just, I feel like it was kind of like an underrated Pokemon. Like you get it in Gen 1, some guy just gives it to you. In Gen 2, you actually go into a cave. It only spawns on Friday. Lapras is just a very cool Pokemon. And honestly, I always wish that it had like an evolution, like maybe a baby Lapras. How cool would that be? But anyways, you know, like a Munchlax kind of equivalent. Anyways, that is our number 38 pick. So the next one here, guys, we have is another Gen 7. Really like the Gen 7 Pokemon. And this is Como-O. So this is your final trial that you face in Alola. And this guy, to me, I was like, man, this thing is sick. It's dragon fighting. And by the time I actually got to this dude, my team was just stacked. I think I used my Alakazam against him, and I actually had a Kadabra and like wrecked him, just flat out like destroyed him because that dude is a beast. But still, a fighting dragon like that to me was just a super unique guy. He's got that move. It lowers his special defense. It's like clanging scales or something. But I thought that was pretty cool. And I don't know, just the idea of a dragon fighting was something kind of unique. And just look at this guy, man. He's just beasting. All right, next up. 36. This is going to be a Pokemon that, again, I don't have a lot of experience with, but I like. Now, I'm going to ask you guys in the comments or in the chat, who do you prefer, Dialga or Palkia? Those are, I'm pretty sure if I got my Gen 4. Gee, what am I doing? This is Diamond and Pearl right here. Which one do you prefer? I chose Dialga. I think they're both badass, though. These are 2 really, really cool Pokemon. I don't even know what this guy is supposed to be. He's just like a crazy-looking legendary type. But he was the mascot for a game. Okay, so I can't deny him that. He's a legend, though. He's a legend. He's a Gen 1er. I won't lie, a little bit of a Gen 1er. I've let go of my Gen 1 tendencies, but I still got a soft spot for the Gen 1s. Anyways, I was going to say Palkia. Dialga is our number 36 pick. Move it down to 35. So people saying Palkia, okay, a little bit of split, but I see more people saying they like Dialga, so that's good. Or Giratina, that's another good pick. He was in the list. Anyways, 35 is a Pokemon known as Crobat. Now, I personally hate Zubat, okay? I don't know if you guys remember Zubat, but, well, yeah, who doesn't forget Zubat? No one forgets Zubat. Most annoying Pokemon ever. You find it in caves. It's faster than you. It supersonics you. It leech lifes you. It paralyzes you. It does all the worst stuff. It makes you flinch. It's just the most annoying Pokemon to run into. And then you have Golbat. Funny note about Golbat, worst sprite ever in Generation 1. I mean, if you remember, I'm not even going to put it up because it's going to damage you guys. But Golbat was it. Then we got an evolution for it in Gen 2, and this was Crobat, and I was like, hot damn. Golbat and Zubat just went from being like one of my least favorite Pokemon ever to, yo, I actually want to get a Golbat because Crobat is just so cool. One thing I didn't like about him is you got to evolve him through, your friendliness and all that stuff, but Zubat sucks. Crobat, people are calling this guy, no, dude, this is Crobat, not Zubat. This is not Zubat. Crobat, though, is a legendary Pokemon. Super cool. And I just feel like he's a bit of a badass. He comes in at 35. Now, our number 34 pick is a Gen 4 Pokemon, Miss Magus. So this is another one of those Pokemon that I kind of had like a soft spot for in Gen 2. This was Misdreavus. I was like, man, I remember playing that for my first time, walking through Mount Silver on my way to fight Red, and I come across this ghost Pokemon. I'm like, man, they've been hiding this from me the entire game. Now, Misdreavus is really OP because it's got like Pain Split and Destiny Bond and all that stuff. It's kind of an annoying Pokemon to fight. Good on your team, though. But when I saw that they had finally an evolution for Misdreavus, Miss Magus, I was so excited because this was one of those Pokemon. I was just like, man, this thing needs, okay, an evolution. It was just so cool, and it got the evolution that it deserved. Like, actually, very, very cool looking Pokemon. I'm a big fan of the ghost types. You'll see some more as we come down here to number 1. But Miss Magius is definitely the homie. So, 33 spot, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a Gen 4 starter, if I'm not stupid, and that is Empoleon. So, Empoleon, honestly, of the 3 Gen 4 starters, this was the only one I liked. Piplup, super cute. Wasn't really a big fan of the other 2 because it was like, really, you guys are going to drop another fighting fire? And then didn't they do it in Gen 5 again? But Empoleon, pretty cool guy, you know. I liked him. I thought he was pretty neat. He is our number 33 spot. Now, oh, I was going to move it and I ripped, my bad. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Next up. 32. Let me adjust that. We got a little black on the screen there. Bang. 32 is one of my homies of all time, ladies and gentlemen. That is right, Snorlax. Snorlax is the dude, okay? Snorlax is the homie. The G started off, again, he's a Gen 1 man, but you can't deny that Snorlax is not super cool. Number 1, he's a great Pokemon. I mean, he's just a wall. Would he be a tank or a wall? I don't even know my Pokemon crazy lingo. But geez, I sound like I'm old. Crazy Pokemon lingo. I don't know, like, my, competitive battle lingo. I think he would be a wall because he's just got so much HP, kind of like a Chansey. But he's also pretty good at attacking. Gen 1, okay? Gen 1, he's a homie. I just love Snorlax. I think everyone loves Snorlax. Like, he's just, look at him. Just look at him. He's cool. He's fat, but he's a beast. He likes to sleep. I love Snorlax, man. Everyone in the chat is going like, yes, I love Snorlax too. He's the pro of napping, okay? Yes, daddy. Dude, Snorlax is savage. He's just a homie. So there we go. Anyways, 31. This is going to be Rapidash, okay? There's like a poem, I swear to God, that someone wrote about Rapidash. It's actually pretty cool. It's just like Rapidash's love, Rapidash's life. One of those fire Pokemon. This was another Pokemon I honestly wish they had kind of done a Lowland version of. Like, it was like between, like, I love Ninetails and I love Rapidash kind of the same way. Like, I never really used them because there were better Gen 1 fire Pokemon, which I may allude to later in this video. But, Rapidash was just a cool looking Pokemon, like a flaming horse, Ash's Rapidash. I really liked Rapidash the whole way through, even though I never really used it. And that was kind of why I wanted maybe a Lowland one, like a Fire Steel maybe. Or like, gee, I don't even know what you can make. Like maybe make it a Psychic Horse. That'd be cool. Or a Psychic Ghost. Or sorry, no, Fire Ghost, kind of like Marowak, I think. What am I saying? Fire Ghost, that's what I'm trying to go for. Like a Ghost Horse. Dark and fire. I don't know. You could have done some cool stuff with this Pokemon, but I still love Rapidash. Anyways, 30 spot is gonna go down to, I think this is a Pokemon is a big fan with a lot of people. This is Salamence. Salamence is my personal opinion, even though, listen, you know, people accuse me of being a Gen 1er. I think Salamence is cooler than Dragonite because its evolution chain is way more unique. Okay, we have Bagon. Wait, no, Bagon is the first one. And Bagon is like this little like guy who's walking around, you know, he's doing his thing. And then you have, I believe it's Shelgon. Oh God, Shell something. That's a bad one. I should remember this, my Gen 3. But and then it evolves and you're like, what the heck is this gonna evolve into? Whoa. But this is like the recurring theme in Pokemon. I love these guys. The first evolution, pitiful. Late second evolution, still pitiable. Level 55, it just becomes a wrecking house. This guy is cool. Yeah, someone says Ghost Riders in the Sky. See, that would have been cool. Ghost Rapidash. Anyways, yeah, Salamence. I feel like a lot of people on here really like Generation 3, Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald. And, I mean, Salamence was just one of the homies from that day. So, 29, guys. We are switching up the colors. We got a nice little pink here, okay? This is a Pokemon that is considered to be a bit of a god in some realms. It's Arceus. I don't really have a lot to say about this guy. I feel like, I mean, it's just Arceus, you know? It's really good. It's like considered the god of all Pokemon. I just think he's pretty cool. I mean, you don't even need to look at him. Just what I just told you. It's Arceus, man. I don't think he really needs any explaining. Anyways, 28, moving down here. This is going to be Abyssal. Now, this is a Pokemon I personally feel like deserves a little more respect around here. It is a little, like, it deserves more. Because Abyssal is super cool. I mean, just look at him. He's like, what is it? I don't know. But awesome Pokemon, okay? I remember seeing this thing in Generation 3, just getting so excited because he just looks amazing, like aesthetically. A very simple design, but still is a super basic Pokemon. And also, Too Good Gaming, he just said he subscribed. My man, thank you very much. I just want to give a shout out to you, so a thank you for subscribing. As well as Madeline Cleaver, 2 people who said they just subscribed. Anyways, Abyssal, pretty zesty Pokemon. He is our number 28 pick. Now, this is a Pokemon that I had a lot of issues catching. I didn't know where you could get this thing. I didn't know what the heck my Feebas was. But once I finally got it evolved into a Milotic, I was pretty happy. Milotic is like, to me, is kind of like it was like they tried to make another Gyarados, basically, right? You have Magikarp evolves into Gyarados. It's awesome. You have Feebas. Like, what the heck is this thing? And this is just a troll Pokemon. You have, like, finding Feebas in Generation 3 was stupid. It was like, I forget what it was. It was like, you had to, like, fish on this little, like there was only, like, 4 patches where you could find it, and there was, like, a really low chance of finding it. So that was pretty bad. Also, UKL Mason, thank you for subscribing. He says he subscribed yesterday. Pro Squad Gamer and Liam Griffin. So thank you guys as well. But Milotic was just super cool. Once you finally got it. It was a lot of work, but I always felt like Milotic was just a pretty cool Pokemon. And it was something that I was like, man, this is just going to be like, when I heard about this Pokemon, I was like, this is just going to be a copy of, just to pick a copy of Gyarados. But it's a really unique Pokemon in its own sense. It's kind of like the beauty version of Gyarados. So, 26, guys, this is going to come down to a Pokemon that I don't even have yet. I'm working on them, okay? I'm over 50% of way through of my Zygarde cubes, but that is Zygarde 100%. Now, I don't know how good this thing is. I mean, I've actually never even looked up its stats, but number one, the way you acquire this Pokemon is so cool. So it's got, like, you got to find your cells, and you can get up to 100%. And when you get all 100 cells around the world, you find this homie, Zygarde, 100%. I've been told it's pretty beastly. I've been told it's more powerful than, like, a lot of legendaries, like quite an Uber, if you will. But he's pretty freaking cool, okay? Pretty freaking cool. It's Zygarde. Anyways, guys, this is 25. Number 25, I don't know what I was going to try to say there, which means we are halfway through our list. I'm just checking to see how we're doing for time. We're all good. 25, guys, we're halfway through. I just said that. I don't know why I need to say that again. So move it down to our number 25 pick. Blastoise, man, okay? Some Gen 1 starters. Now, Blastoise is the homie, okay? Probably my favorite starter Pokemon is Squirtle. Of the Generation 1s, okay? Blastoise is its evolution. It's a giant turtle with cannons on its back. It's a Gen 1 Pokemon. I don't care if you want to say, oh, Pat's a Gen 1er, that's why you like Blastoise. If you don't like Blastoise, there's something seriously wrong with you, because Blastoise is just a beast. Squirtle is a beast. Love me, Squirtle. Wartortle's a beast. And then you get this super strong, powerful, defensive water Pokemon, Blastoise, and he will mess you up, fam. Blastoise is the homie, okay? He is my homie. Anyways, 24. Gonna come down to Tyranitar. So again, we have another one of these guys, okay? I've said it before. I'll say it again. The really bad Pokemon, late second evolution. So we start off with Larvitar, then you get Pupitar, right? And I remember evolving this guy thinking, like, Larvitar, okay, so it's a larva. And then I was like, okay, well, you know, because this was also a Mount Silver, same as Misdreavus, kind of like a hard find. I was like, dang. And then I went through, okay, Pupitar, interesting. So it's gone from larva to pupa. Interesting. So I was like, kind of like, I was pretty dead set on this being like, I was like, this is going to be another Dragonite. I just feel like it took so long to evolve. I remember thinking, I don't even know if this is going to evolve. We got it to, I'm pretty sure 55 again. And then you get Tyranitar. And you're like, all that work for, I'm not even sure if this is going to be good or not, is worth it, because Tyranitar, although he is a little bit weak to fighting, one could say Dark Rock doesn't help his cause, he's still a savage, son. Tyranitar is an absolute beast of a Pokemon. He's number 24. So, guys, we're dropping down here. We're 23. We're getting close, okay? We're getting close to our number 1 pick. Over halfway through. This is Genesect. So, excuse me. Genesect is, God, see, this is like, hurts my knowledge. Genesect is a Gen 5 Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. Again, I'm a bit of a scrub, but Genesect, like, I was going through the lists of the Gen 4, 5, and 6, which, again, I know, but, like, not as well as I know my other generations, just because I haven't really played them. And Genesect came up. It's the last Pokemon in the Gen 5 Pokedex, which I was like, that's so weird. I don't know why Genesect is the last one. If anyone can explain that to me, I've always been curious. Like, that's kind of a weird spot to put him as far as like legendaries go. But god damn, this guy is cool. He, like, look at him. I don't need to say anything about him. Just look at this man. Whose man is this? But I don't know. Genesect, I just think he's super cool. Someone says he sucks. Dude, I don't even care if he sucks. Adam Singer subscribed, so thank you, Adam Singer. I appreciate the subscription. But I don't know, man. I like Genesect. Anyways, 22. This is Soul Galio. This is my dude, okay? I basically picked Pokemon Sun over Pokemon Moon for this guy. I think Lunala is a cool Pokemon. I think Solgaleo is a great Pokemon. Solgaleo is Steel Psychic, one of the coolest type pairs ever. He's like only affected by like 6 types normally. Like there's like 2 things that's super effective, I think, and like 4 that are normally effective, and everything else is just like, he's just a tank because nothing is effective against him. Now on top of that, just look at him. Just look at this beautifully crafted Pokemon. I feel like they did a really good job with both of the legendaries in Pokemon Sun and Moon, but this guy, man, this guy. Also, just had a random thought. I wonder what they're gonna do for the next, like the next like addition to Pokemon Sun and Moon. You think they'll do Pokemon Eclipse? I don't know. Pokemon Sun, Moon, Earth? Pokemon Earth, maybe? I don't know what they'll do, but I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. Anyways, Solgaleo's a homie. So 21, guys, is going to be Espeon. Now, I apologize for that really gross cutout. It's a little pixelated. But Espeon is a dude, okay? Espeon is a real dude. So this is my favorite evolution, okay? Umbreon is kind of cool in its own way, but Espeon is a dude, okay? I'll say that. Espeon is a homie. I'm a big fan of psychics. You guys will notice as we go through this. We definitely got a couple psychics up high on our list. But Espeon to me is like, it was like our Gen 2 psychic Pokemon. It's a cat. Well, it's kind of like a dog. Evolutions, I guess, are kind of dogs, cats, whatever they are. But it's just beautiful, man. I don't even need to say anything more about Espeon. Just cool. Okay, guys. This is 20. So we have 20 left. These are, just looking through our list, I'm like, man, we got a lot of cool Pokemon here. I'm excited for this next 20. So, coming in at our 20 spot. Dramatic drink. Totodile, okay? Totodile. So, I'm going to be straight up with you guys. This is my only Gen 2 pick of all the starters. I love Gen 2. It is my favorite Pokemon game to this day. But I don't really like any of the evolutions all that much. Like, I love Cyndaquil, I love Totodile, I love Chikorita. I mean, Typhlosion's pretty cool, Feraligator's pretty cool, but nothing tops Totodile. Like, I don't want to say my favorite starter ever, because that's going to go up to the homie Rowlet, which I didn't put on this list for other reasons, but look at this man. Look at this man. He's just a happy little Totodile crocodile guy running around in the anime. He's cute, but he's also badass. And in Generation 2, you can just sweep the entire game with this guy because he's water. He learns Ice Punch. He wrecks. He's a wrecking house. I've beaten this game Totodile. No evolution, no Feraligator, just straight up Totodile. That's how good he is. And he's just like a homie. Like, if I could have a real Pokemon, this will be one of my number 1 picks. Anyways. Everyone is asking for Greninja, which is really interesting. Anyways, coming in at our number 19 pick, guys, this is going to be, I don't want to pronounce this one wrong, Xerneas. Xerneas, is that right? Don't crucify me in the comments. But Xerneas, we have Yveltal and Xerneas. Yveltal has a cooler, well, honestly, no. Xerneas is just amazing, okay? It is the time Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. And Yveltal is like the universe Pokemon. Don't know if that's exactly right, but I'm pretty sure. Again, there's so many Pokemon, it's hard to know everything. I love the look of this Pokemon. This was X, was it, or what? No, I'm pretty sure Xerneas was X or Y. I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Just a really cool Pokemon. Really cool Pokemon, like the light Pokemon. I like this guy a lot, even though I've never even used it. You nailed it. Okay. Anyways. 18. Okay, 18. This is a real homie. This is another Gen 1 Gen 1, what am I saying? Gen 2 Pokemon. This is Scyther. Do I need to say more? You get this awesome metal bug. You get this awesome, like, praying mantis bug Pokemon. You give him a metal coat. He turns into a... What is this? Like a metal insect? Dude, Scyther was in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Okay, probably one of the best Pokemon you can get from a Pokeball item in Super Smash Bros. Melee. That's besides the point. Scyther, it's just really cool when you break it down, man. I mean, if you look at this guy, like, god damn, Scyther is cool. Now, I mean, he is weak to fire, but I don't even care. I love Scyther, one of my favorite Pokemon. That is 18. Now, again, there's a Pokemon I've been seeing mentioned a lot in this chat, like, besides anything, guys. I just see someone said it there. If no blank, we riot. A lot of people seem to like this Pokemon. Almost didn't put him on the list, and I was like, dude, I need another starter. Didn't even think about this guy, and then I came across him, and I was like, where has this Pokemon been all my life? Greninja! Holy crap, this thing is cool. Is this a Gen 6 Pokemon, I think? Gen 6 is Froakie. Dude, I don't know if this is 5 or 6, because I'm just a noob. I'm pretty sure it's 5, but it might be 6. Wow. A Frog Ninja. That is really unique. Honestly, Gen 5 was like my least favorite era of Pokemon. Going through this list, I was looking for Pokemon for Gen 5. It was really hard to find Pokemon from it. But oh my god. Oh my god. This is like, sometimes it restores my faith in Pokemon. I mean, going into Sun and Moon, I was like, man, I kind of don't like the new Pokemon. I feel like the original, like 151 and up until Sapphire, I feel like they were cooler. And then I came across this guy. So this guy was Gen 6. Okay, Gen 6, my bad. Greninja is cool. Never used them before in my life. Badass. Anyways, guys, moving down to number 16. I would say this is probably the second most requested guy in the chat right now. This is Lucario. Again, straight up honest, never used this guy, but he's one of those Pokemon. He's a Gen 4. One of the Pokemon that, like, restored my faith in Game Freak. I'm, like, going through. I'm like, Gen 1, obviously I loved it because I'm a Gen 1er. Gen 2, great. Gen 3, awesome. Gen 4 kind of threw me off. And this was one of those Pokemon. I was like, wow. Good for you guys. Like, you came up with a really, really good idea. He's in another Super Smash Bros. He's his own character, for God's sakes. If you are in that, then you're cool, man. If you are in that, you are, like, if you're in a Super Smash Bros. As a Pokemon, as your own character, you're pretty cool. Besides Jigglypuff. Actually, I can't even hate on Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is, like, my favorite character ever in Super Smash Bros. But, Lucario. Pretty freaking cool. People's like, yes, I know. He's cool. Everybody wanted it. But we got 15 Pokemon better than this guy. So hold up, okay? Coming in at, ladies and gentlemen, 15. This is Articuno. Articuno, my favorite legendary bird. One of the original like legendary trios. It started with the birds, then it was the beasts, then it was the guardians, then it was the lakes, then it was the genies. I don't even know what. Anyways, these were the OGs, okay? These really were like the OG homies, okay? Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos. And I only wanted to put one of, if I was going to put a set of like the legendary trio, I kind of only wanted to put one on, just simply to be like, you know, like keep it different, keep it unique, unless there was like a really, you know, cool difference. But I was pretty strict on that. And between the three, I had to go Articuno. I mean, Articuno gets wrecked by rocks, man. Ice, flying, not good. But Articuno is just cool. Look at it. I think it's I don't know statistically if it's the best, but Articuno is a really, really cool Pokemon. And it was always my favorite of the three, even though it was like the worst to get in Generation 1. Articuno is lit. Okay, guys, we're really getting down here. This is going to be our number 14 pick. This is an old homie, an old friend of mine, and this is Scyther, man. Scyther, goddamn. Scyther, like, what do I have to say about Scyther? I already said Caesar is a beast, but Scyther, on the exact same note, is just like one of my homies. I remember one time, actually, in Generation 2, I used to challenge myself, and I do, like, certain type-only playthroughs, so I did a bug-only type, which if you're ever trying to challenge yourself in a video game, do a bug-only type playthrough. It's really tough. Scyther was like the only reason I got through this. There's Heracross too, but Scyther, he's got agility and Swords Dance, so like fast, attack. Oh my god, man, this guy is like, I love Scyther. One of my favorite Pokemon of all time. He's just a very good Pokemon, very, very cool looking. Oh, Scyther. I'm getting too worked up over these guys. 13, okay, 13. This is a guy I can hold back a little bit. I think this guy is someone that a lot of you guys in the chat are going to like. Rayquaza. Rayquaza is really epic, man. I'm going to be straight up with you. Groudon and Kyogre, not on this list. I liked Kyogre. I think Groudon looks cooler, but I just didn't think they were so much cool looking Pokemon, especially compared to Rayquaza. He's this like serpentine dragon guy, this green dragon. He controls the skies. Man. Oh, man. Cool. Now, I'm just going to throw in a little bonus here. I don't know if you guys watch Pokemon Generations, but there's actually a video. There's a one of the ones they made was when you catch Deox, or when you fight Deox. No, you catch Deox in Pokemon Emerald. No, it was in the remakes. Sorry, spoilers. But in the remakes of Omega and Sapphire, right? Is that right? Or was it? Anyways, it was in our Hoenn region, and you're riding on a Mega Rayquaza, and you catch a Deox in space, and it's like that is the most badass thing ever. His Mega Evolution is statistically the best. I didn't know that, but yeah, Mega Rayquaza is also very, very cool. Shiny Rayquaza, can I just throw in there, is black. Black Rayquaza is even better than our green one. Okay, guys. Okay. Number 12. Lugia. My main man, okay? I was big into Pokemon Red, but this was I think this was the first video game my mom ever gave me. This was Pokemon Silver. And this was the dude on the case, okay? You start the game up, you get the really cool intro, and then he's just swimming. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what that Pokemon is. You finally, you get your Whirlpool move. You go through, was it the Seafoam Islands? I feel like, no, that's not right. That's a Gen 1. I forget what the islands in between Cianbar and Cinnawood City. But anyways, you get Lugia. Beast. I don't like Lugia. Dude, Lugia is a savage, okay? He's psychic flying, which is kind of a weird thing. Equally, to me, you could have replaced Hoa. I was only going for one of these guys, so Hoa is not on the list. Spoilers. But Lugia, to me, super, super cool. A lot of people saying they don't like Lugia. I never really liked Lugia. Interesting. I mean, that's, I think everyone's got their own opinion. Obviously, this is my own list. But isn't this the Smith Plays? Joe, I don't know what you're talking about. This isn't the Smith Plays. I'm not the Smith Plays. No, this is top 10 trends. This is, no, I'm not the Smith Plays. It doesn't say up there. Anyway, I think Lugia is badass. And Lugia, I respect if you like Ho-Oh more. But personally, I think it was because I got Pokemon Silver. Boom. People asking for Giratina, already passed that one. Okay, guys. Number 11. We're getting down to the top 10. Okay, this is not quite top 10, obviously. But we're getting down there. Gardevoir. Gardevoir, my girl. Okay? Again, I told you guys I like Psychics. And Gardevoir was like my savior of Generation 3. I'm like, I need a good Pokemon. My friend was like, dude, you should catch a Ralts. I'm like, what the heck is that? It's like some really rare Pokemon at the start of the game. Catch a Ralts, Kirlia, Gardevoir. Whoo! Gardevoir is savagery. Gardevoir is absolute savagery. I absolutely love this Pokemon. I love Psychic types. The fact that it got turned into a Fairy to me was kind of like, I don't know. I'm really bad with Fairy. I know Steel is good against Fairy. I'm not sure I never can remember what Fairy is good against. Or is Fairy good against Steel? Like, gee, I'm bad with that stuff. I'm pretty, Fairy's good against Dark, I think. I don't know how that affected typing as far as Psychic Fairy went. But, dude. Gardevoir is just a homie. Gardevoir, that's sexist. Oh yeah, I guess, can Gardevoir be a male? I know there's Gallade, which was like the new one they added in, which I think, yeah, Gallade, I think that was pretty cool. Also, pro tip, you don't even need to, Gardevoir, I'll just throw in there, this is like a not safe for work fact, so maybe skip this ahead or pause it. I'm pretty sure this is like the most sexualized Pokemon ever. When I looked up this picture of Gardevoir, you don't even have to search like not safe for work Gardevoir or anything. Like, the 8th photo is just Gardevoir with tits, and I'm like, wow, okay, way to ruin my childhood. But anyways, with that said, let's move down to number 10, guys. This is another Pokemon I see a lot of you guys asking for, Garchomp. This is a Pokemon that I've never used before, but I know from everyone asking for it and everyone loving this Pokemon that Garchomp is a legend. Now, with my bad knowledge, I'm pretty sure Garchomp is like the Salamence Dragonite type. Like, he has 2 evolutions and he evolves at level 55. Not even sure if that's true, so don't quote me on that. I have a feeling that's not true. But, yeah, bro. Yeah. Garchomp is... Dude, Garchomp is amazing. Ground Dragon, okay? My man, exactly. Yeah, see, everyone, listen, I don't even need to have ever used Garchomp to know that I know everybody loved Garchomp, okay? We have Tony saying, yes, my man. Hell yeah. Oh shit, Garchomp is dank AF. Pat, I'ma cry. Yeah, yes, Garchomp was my dude. Garchomp is pretty cool. Okay. Number 9, guys. We are getting down to the dirty. Arcanine. If you don't like Arcanine, you have a problem. You don't have to use Arcanine. You don't have to love Arcanine or anything. Arcanine is one of the best Gen 1 Pokemons. He's not the best, but he is one of the best of all time, okay? When I think of Arcanine, I think of Blue, because it was Blue's Arcanine, one of his prized Pokemon. And this guy is just a really good Pokemon. It's super fast. And actually, fun fact about Arcanine is in Generation 1, they almost made Arcanine a legendary, in fact. He was going to be like a legendary dog. And honestly, if you kind of look at him, he does look a little bit legendary. Like, Growlithe is kind of whatever, and then you hit him up with that Fire Stone. You give him that Fire Stone, man. It's a stone and it's flame, okay? Mixtape. But I'm just messing around. Arcanine, pretty sexy Pokemon. Never used him. It's okay. He's still a homie. All right, guys. Dude, I'm getting nervous for my list because the top 10 was very difficult to make. But number 8, dramatic effect. Number 8. Do I need to say anything else? Gyarados. One of the greatest Pokemon of all time. One of the coolest Pokemon of all time. And that is why he's on this list. You get a Magikarp, okay? Magikarp is pitiful. One of the worst Pokemon ever. Why did I spend 500 points for this? Some guy sold it to me. I don't want this. It's stupid. All it knows is splash and tackle. Like, what the heck is level? Okay, it's evolving, and it is a Gyarados, and this thing has just gone from 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick, okay? From the worst thing ever to an absolute wrecking house. Gyarados is the only Pokemon I've ever gotten 200 in my life. I was always big at the storyline, but I never had the time or the patience to go to 100. This dude was worth it. I remember just grinding the Elite Four over and over and over. My Gyarados, he knew Hydro Pump, Hyper Beam, Strength, and Hydro Pump. No, Surf. Hyper Beam, Hydro Pump, Strength, Surf. Wrecked every single fight. What a homie. Okay. Only problem is electric. But we'll give him that because he looks so cool. Imagine if this guy was Dragon Water, though. Just going to throw that in there. Anyways, moving down to number 7 pick. This is the newest Pokemon in our top 10 list. And again, I was talking about before, guys, how the Gen 5 Pokemon especially really turned me off. I just thought a lot of their creations were like ice cream and clanks and garbage. And I'm like, Pokemon has lost it. And when I went into Gen 7, I was like, okay, I'm a new man. I'm back into the Pokemon game. There was one starter I saw that I was like, man, I'm not a fan of this type, but this Pokemon is so cute, I gotta go with it. And that was Rowlet. Then I evolved it, and we got Decidueye. Holy crap. Faith in Pokemon restored. Possibly my personal favorite Pokemon ever. A grass ghost type, which has one of the, I like the move Spirit Shackle. When I use that thing against the final boss and like the professor, I won't say who you fight at the end, but when I use that thing, the final fight against the person, ended off with the Spirit Shackle. That was like my childhood back again. I was like, yes, this is amazing. And oh my God, I love Decidueye. Again, probably personally my favorite Pokemon ever. Rowlet is the cutest, most adorable little thing. Dartrix is even a badass. Then you get this guy, this Robin Hood Owl Ghost. Dude, thank you, Game Freak. Thank you, Game Freak. Best grass starter ever. Agreed, okay? Agreed. Venusaur was pretty cool. Chikorita was pretty cool. Sceptile, pretty cool. Nothing is better, though. Nothing is better. I'm sorry. This is a personal pick of mine. Absolutely. I love Decidueye. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and there's Rowlet. I had to throw in my homie Rowlet. Just look at that dude. Look at him. He's just so cool. Oh, I love him. All right, guys. All right. Number 6. This is heating up. This is really heating up. This is a pick that I'm not sure if I will ask you guys if this pick is justified. But number 6, we have Metagross. Now, Metagross, I feel like back in the day, he was more respected than he is now because he was a Steel Psychic, the first ever. I mean, that's the same as Solgaleo now. I feel there's a few more. But this was like groundbreaking back in the day. Steel Psychic. You get this little like weird arm. And then it evolves into a Metang, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And then Metagross. Oh my God, dude. This Pokemon is just so badass. It is just so badass. There's nothing more I can say about Metagross. People saying I love Metagross. Okay, good. That is really good. That is good because, guys, I just think he's a cool Pokemon, and I really wanted to throw him on here. Now, oh, sorry, where's my list here? Okay, number 5, guys. Number 5. So before we get down to this, this is our last 5 picks. The top 5 coolest Pokemon of all time. We've had a lot, okay? We've had Aerodactyl, we've had Mew, we've had Flygon. I'm just going through a few. Dragonite, we've had Como, we've had Miss Magus, Crobat, Snorlax, Salamence, Arceus, Abyssal, Zygarde, Blastoise, Tyranitar, Solgaleo, Espeon, Totodile, Scyther, Greninja, Lucario, Articuno, Rayquaza, Lugia, Gardevoir, Garchomp, Arcanine, Gyarados, Decidueye, Metagross. This is the top 5 of all time. Again, a little subjective. I tried to be as objective as I possibly could, but it is hard when you're making a top 10, top 50 coolest list. Guys, let me know what you think is going to be in the top 5, or more specifically, the number 1. Okay, so coming down to our number 5 pick, this is Mewtwo. I really can't even explain like my childhood well enough, but Mewtwo is a big part of my childhood, and a lot of these next 5 may be. Mewtwo is the original legendary, and for that reason, he needs recognition. Okay, Mewtwo was the Pokemon that you saw writing about, like in the mansion on Cinnabar Island. Okay, you see him and you hear about him and you hear about Mew, and you're like, man, this is like legendary. What the heck is this? You beat the Elite Four, and the Cerulean Cave gets opened up, and you're going through it, and it is like actually a pretty far trek to Mewtwo through that cave. Okay, Mewtwo, you're going to him. All these crazy powerful Pokemon in Cerulean Cave, and you're like, man, there's got to be something good in here besides just a bunch of random Pokemon. And then there's just the sprite, this ugly, terrible-looking sprite of something, and you're like, oh snap, what is that? And then you go up to it, and it's a level 70 Mewtwo, and hat back, glasses on, one of the coolest moments in Pokemon ever. Some people say Mewtwo's overrated. I think he's overrated because he's so awesome. So if you think he's overrated, it's just, I don't know. That's kind of a weird way to put it, but dude, he's a beast. Okay, guys, number 4. Let's see your guesses. Guaranteed, no one is going to have this pick. This is my other personal in the top 4, or sorry, in the top 10. Decidueye was definitely a personal pick, and this very well may be my favorite Pokemon of all time. Sorry. And this, guys, again, you're probably not going to pick number 4. I saw someone say, I won't say it. This is Alakazam. So the reason I love Alakazam is because as I said before, I love psychics. Okay, we've had Gardevoir, Lugia, Metagross, Mewtwo, and now Alakazam in our top 12. So maybe I'm a little biased towards the psychics, but it's because they're so damn good, man. Okay, psychic types, I love them. And what I love about Alakazam is the fact that he can sweep, okay? You pop out Alakazam, psychic everything to death. Yes, he's got low special. Yes, he's got low defense. But it doesn't matter because he's just so powerful. He just one-shots everything. He's faster than everything. Just bam, bam, bam. Taking out an entire team without moving a muscle. That is how good Alakazam is. Now, my other thing with Alakazam, okay, is in Generation 1, I won't go too much in deep in this, but psychic types were crazy OP because special was just a single stat. There was no attack and defense. It was just special. And Alakazam had a really high special attack, which meant he had a really high special defense. And the only thing that was super effective against Psychic was Ghost, and the only Ghost move was Lick and Bug. And there was no good Bug Pokemon, and the only good Bug Pokemon were Poison, which meant Alakazam was basically a killing host against every single thing in Generation 1 and kind of Generation 2. So, little long explanation on my homie, but Alakazam is my boy. So, number 3, guys. We're down to it. We've had Mewtwo, Alakazam. Number 3. This is the pick that I hope is going to please a lot of people. It was a tough choice. There were a lot of firefighting Pokemon out there. Okay, there was Infernape. Okay, I see a lot of people asking for Infernape. Firefighting. A lot of people even asking for Incineroar, which wasn't firefighting, but I thought it was going to be firefighting. Okay. The original firefighting is Blaziken. I said it, I don't care. Better than Infermate. I can't even remember the pig Pyroar, was it? No, that's a thing. I don't even know what the pig fire one is. Blaziken's better. Blaziken's better, and Blaziken is cooler. He's got that speed boost ability, which is OP. Look at this man. He's like a I don't even know. He's like a fighting fire chicken wrestler type dude. Oh, Blaziken, man. Blaziken was Torchic, which is also a super cute Pokemon, was my original pick. In Generation 3, I went with Torchic because I thought it was the cutest. And it evolves. It goes from 0 to 100, man. Blaziken, like, the cutest Pokemon ever. One of the most badass Pokemon ever. Okay, thank you, chat. Everyone is like, yes, Blaziken is a homie. So that is our number 3 pick. Now, guys, take your picks on the top 2, okay? Just pick 2 Pokemon. Tell me what you think it's going to be. I think it's going to be pretty obvious at this point because there's 2 pretty notable Pokemon that we haven't gone over yet. So take your picks now. Emboar, that was the Pokemon I was talking about. Tepig, yeah. Okay, I see some people saying some things in the chat. I see some names on who people think is going to be the top one. Number 2, guys. Number 2. Bats, you are right, but no one knows what Bats just said. Gengar is our number 2 pick. Gengar, do I really, like, again, it's one of these Pokemon I don't even need to say anything. A lot of people are picking this dude in the chat now. A lot of people are picking this guy. Gengar, I don't want to say sucked, but wasn't good in Generation 1. It was cool. Wasn't really good in Generation 1 because there was no Shadow Ball, basically. There was no good ghost moves. I mean, you get the Hypnosis Dream Eater, you'd wreck everything. But he didn't really have any good ghost moves. But Gengar, man, it's just such an obvious pick. Although I prefer Alakazam between the 2, they're kind of like the stark contrast, like the really good Psychic, the really good Ghost. They could kill each other. I love Gengar, man. Ali loves Gengar too. I always call out Ali because I'm like, oh yeah, he's been a lot of top 10s before. But anyways, number 1, guys. This is our number 1 pick, okay? If you guys want to enter the giveaway, below me details. But ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is it. This is the number 1 pick. I see people making some calls here, and a lot of you guys are right. Someone says Ditto, no. Eevee, no. Mew, no. Delphox or Infernape, no. But it may be a fire starter. Ladies and gentlemen, through the years of Pokemon, there have been many starters. Starters have been really a huge portion of Pokemon. But there's one starter to rule them all. The most nostalgic Pokemon of all time. I don't care about Pikachu. He can screw off. The real mascot of Pokemon that people my age, all the way through to people just joining Pokemon, know his name. He is a legend. He is revered as one of the greatest of all time. He is Charizard. There was no other number 1 pick. Is there anything cooler than Charizard, okay? The mascot of Pokemon Red. My man Charizard, okay? Charmander, so adorable, such a cool Pokemon. And then he evolves into a lizard, dragon, fire Pokemon, even though he's not really dragon. Dude, like, listen, someone says, I wish it wasn't Charizard. Listen, there's no other pick. Charizard is the coolest Pokemon of all time because Charizard was just, he did it first, basically. Like, if you release Charizard now, he would still be awesome, but not as awesome as he was, because if any of you guys, you've played Pokemon Red, that first time evolving Charizard and just seeing him come out from Charmeleon, I just get the chills thinking about it. Right in the feels, man. Right in the feels, okay? Charizard, he is a legend, and he is the coolest Pokemon of all time. So, guys, that is going to be our video for the day. I hope you enjoyed that. If you guys could please drop a like on this video, that would be most appreciated. I would love you all very much for that. As well, again, if you want to enter the giveaway, all you got to do is subscribe and comment down below in the comment section. Just say, hey, I would like to win the silver play it button. We hit 100,000 subscribers. We wanted to give it back to you guys, one of our fans. So you have to be subscribed to the channel. And if you want in on it, basically what you got to do is just say what, I mean, you could say like, hey, I'd like to play button, and feel free to mention your favorite Pokemon, because I'm interested what you guys think about our list. I would definitely say Charizard, Gengar, Mewtwo, Decidueye, man, Gyarados, they're all so great. It was tough making this list, but I tried to keep it a little bit subjective, but also like as straight up as I could. And really, you know, Charizard had to be on it. He was the person people said most to. So guys, that's pretty much it. Let's go for a zesty. We got 200 people in here. We got 235. Let's go for 500 likes, just straight out here on this. Again. Boom. That was the top 50 coolest Pokemon ever. Got that nice thing. That's how you enter the giveaway. Subscribe and comment down in the description for a chance to win the silver play button. If you want it, it's your call though. You know, if you don't want it, that's fine. But I think it's a pretty cool giveaway. I've never seen that done before. Anyways, that was an hour stream, an hour list. Also, feel free to let me know what you guys think of these. Me and Matt we're kind of like, we're working here. We're like, man, maybe we should do more of these. I think these streams are a lot of fun to do. And they're fun for me to put together because I like live streaming. And it's just like a nice, fun thing to sit down with you guys. So thank you very much for coming out. Feel free to subscribe to my main channel. I live stream all the time, The Smith Plays. But there you go. It says The Smith Plays right there. Anyways, thank you guys for coming out. I'll see you later. Peace out, you frickin' nerds.